Namaskar. I'm Manjula Subhash, your host, and you're watching Creative Bharat, a channel that brings you inspiring stories of individuals and their entrepreneur journeys. The innovation they create, the challenges they face, the milestones they achieve, and the lessons they learned along the way. Today, I'm delighted to introduce Suneet Sabale, the founder and director of Brainiac IP Solutions, one of India's leading firm in the field of intellectual property. A mechanical engineer by training, Suneet has channeled his technical expertise into becoming a trusted authority in patents, trademarks, and IP strategy. As a registered Indian patent agent, he has guided countless investors, startups, and enterprises in navigating the complexities of protecting and leveraging their intellectual properties. In today's conversation, we will explore Suneet's remarkable journey from engineering to entrepreneurship, the challenges and milestones of building a pioneer IP firm, and his vision for the future of innovation and patent strategy. Please join me in welcoming Suneet Sabale. So, welcome Suneet Sabale on Creative Bharat. My first question is what inspired you to start Brainiac IP Solutions, which is your organization? What is the market gap that you saw, and what was the experience needed to set it all up?
Yeah, thank you for asking this question and having me on this podcast. Before answering your question, I just wanted to give you a small history of my career, and that will give you a proper reason why I started Brainiac IP Solutions actually. So I completed my engineering in 2004, and fortunately I got an opportunity to work with a law firm in Pune. At that time I was not aware what is IP, what is patents. Somehow I got a chance to work with them, and from there I started learning what is intellectual property. And as I learned gradually, I switched jobs. I did job for almost 6 7 years. During those years I figured out that foreign companies are filing way good quality patents. The number is very high, and the Indian companies, the companies with which they are working, even those companies don't have that kind of expertise to deliver the quality work. So the quality benchmarking, I saw there is a lot of difference, or there is a lot of gap where we can fit in. After having 7 years of experience, and when I thought that now no one can teach me more, and it's enough that no one can teach me, and now I have to go on my own. Then I took a leap of faith and started my career as an entrepreneur and named it Brainiac IP Solutions. So the purpose for it is that I wanted to work with a lot of Indian companies, make them competent enough to scale up using intellectual property, specifically patents, and compete with the global companies. Fortunately, I'm still trying, and my efforts are still on. And to educate them, I have a lot of platforms we have created a lot of platforms, and still we are on the mission to upscale the quality of patents for Indian companies and make them from local to global.
Wow, that's a very nice word to hear, the letters to hear, local to global. In the early days when you got started off, what was the vision that you started off with, and how has the vision evolved over these years?
Yeah. So earlier, Brainiac was having a vision to cater simple services like patent drafting, searching to Indian companies and MNCs across the globe. Gradually, as year passed, and we saw that this is a gap where people don't understand what is filing. They still look at patent as a compliance part. They are not looking at it as an investment where they can bring or get additional value if it is done properly. So after understanding that this mindset is not changing, but where the foreign companies have an upper hand and they are leveraging very quickly. So we thought that gradually we will try to teach them what is a gap they are having, what their competitors are doing and where they can fit in, whether they're patents are really generating value that they are expecting, or it is turning into a dead investment which becomes a liability over the time. So now we have moved on filing and registration company to a strategic partnership with the companies where we can direct them, where they can do R&D, where they can see the gap between what is happening, what the competitors are doing, and what we can help and how we can help them in meeting the gap and
Nice,
then move ahead
interesting.
beyond the competition.
Why this name Brainiac? What is the meaning and how did you conceptualize it? How did you come to this particular name that, what is the brand story behind this particular name?
It's a small interesting story again. Actually, Brainiac, before that it was named as IP Professionals actually. Um, I had one friend who was supposed to be my partner and he never turned out and he never quit his job actually. So he has suggested this name Brainiac, and when I went and checked what is real meaning of the Brainiac, there is one a cartoon character actually, a villain actually, by the name of Brainiac. Why Brainiac? Brainiac means with more brains.
Very, very interesting. How do you differentiate yourself from the other intellectual property firms that are there in the market?
Nice question actually. See, most of the Indian companies or service providers that are competing with us, they are more of filing, registration and legal activities. These companies are well equipped to handle filings. In case of litigation, they can support and some analytical activity. But how we differentiate ourselves is we are helping companies, we are working with 4-5 companies right now. We are helping them in creating value through intellectual property. We are not sitting behind expecting that they will do R&D, they will come and file patents with us. No, we are helping them in creating a strategy which can help them in building R&D strategy as well, patenting strategy as well, and then monetize them effectively. So in short, I can say we are creating intellectual property as an asset instead of liability. That is a change that I can see.
Who are your primary sector organizations that you're looking at? What sector of industry that you're looking at for providing your services to?
Okay, so I'm a mechanical engineer and I have a team of all engineers. We are now 24 team members in my company, and we cater our services to all tech companies. Maybe it is an automobile company, software company, medical technology, biomedical technology. So we cater our services to every segment. Aerospace, we have clients in aerospace. We have clients in SIM card technology, which is software and this driven. So we have a diversified profile we are working with, from AI to hardcore engineering. That's what I can say.
And what segment of industry do you look at? Are you open for startups or you only cater to MNCs?
We are open to everyone actually. If you see my clientele as of now, so we are working with MNCs as well. So 80% of our work comes from MNCs and 20% is from MSMEs and startups and individual inventors also. And academics are also there. We are also serving big institutes for filing their patent applications.
Let's talk about some decision in your professional career where you kind of failed or it did not work out. Is there some story like this in your journey?
Yes, it has happened. As I mentioned earlier, I saw a gap where Indian companies were not getting effective services or they were looking it as a compliance part. I tried my best to educate them, and I was somewhere in between of quitting that education part and starting to focus on more established companies where I can bring in more revenue directly, because they are well educated companies and they don't need much to educate. They know quality, they know when to file patents, they already have a person who can give them strategy. So I would be well equipped to cater my services to these companies. But recently, I also have a podcast channel and I interviewed one of the veteran in our industry who has worked for 40 years approximately. He's 70 plus now. And when I asked him the same question, why there is a lack of change in mindset in the management, he pointed out at me you have to educate them again. You are failing to educate
Yeah.
them. So it's the responsibility of IP team, IP professionals to educate these R&D professionals how they can bring value from IP. So I've again started that mission. We are still on to educate professionals in R&D.
Okay. So, the legal and patent ecosystem is evolving in India as well as globally. So, what changes or reforms do you think should happen?
To understand the innovation segment or innovation, how innovations are happening actually. If you see, Indian innovators are catering to all companies across the globe. Even if you consider Apple, Amazon, or any big tech company in US, still I assume it's 50% of the workforce involved in R&D is Indian. We don't have a good ecosystem, I can say, in India where we can support high talent. We can fund them and create companies like Apple, Amazon, or even Facebook in India. So there has to be a lot of support from government to push MSME or startups who are tech driven startups to establish themselves and thrive and compete with global companies. That is what I see that is lacking. Otherwise, we have the good talent, I can say. We are not less in talent. We are serving everyone. Now, I think so with the conflict that is happening between India and US due to the great politicians, I can say, it's a good opportunity to look back and strengthen ourselves.
Yeah, very well said. Very, very. Tell me, how do you keep up with changes in the patent law and cross border enforcements?
See, knowledge bank, creating a knowledge bank is what we do internally. So what we do is internally we have presentations arranged. So every person from our team is allotted a topic who gives a presentation on upcoming changes. So upcoming all the changes are there that have been communicated to the entire team through these kind of awareness sessions that we do internally. And there is another factor that we have to be alert on is upcoming changes and dynamics in technology that has been used for searching and drafting. So we are also trying our level best to keep up to those higher expectations because technology is also moving way ahead and we also need to give not the same results, but we have to give something better than what is naturally available.
Is there a success story that you want to share with our audience?
So we have many success stories, but I would like to share two of them. So one is a company who was into some other field and the owner or entrepreneur of that particular company wanted to build a patent portfolio in a particular segment. And the intention was very clear from his side. I don't want to manufacture and sell it. Even if I want to manufacture and sell it, I want a 100% monopoly in this domain because I know there are very few companies who are in this domain and very few are innovating. So with that strategy, he came in and consulted us actually. And when he joined, he just had an idea what he can do. But we helped him in dividing his idea into multiple solutions. We patented multiple solutions for him. And now he has already got an investor and he's doing really well in that particular, because of only patents. He is still not manufacturing and selling it, but he has know-how of everything.
Yeah, so that means you are not only just doing the patenting, you are also showing a direction to them for moving forward, for taking their business to the next level. In your view, what are the emerging trends that are happening in the patent industry?
So, in India, intellectual property or specifically patents, companies took it seriously from 2005 onwards, and from that period till date, the profile has been increasing substantially. From few patents to few thousand patents companies are having in India. And now the next big question is monetization actually. So monetization, every company is trying its best to monetize their patents. What does it mean is, though they are using their own technology for their own benefit, but they should have more opportunity to license their patents, generate more revenue from them, so that it can become a self-sustainable department. The companies like Nokia, who are doing it very effectively. Earlier there was Ericsson, and there are a lot of companies. These are the big players. Everyone knows. That is the reason I am naming them. Nokia has somewhere around 5,000 patents. If you see in a branch of 100 people, if you ask who owns Nokia phone, hardly you will find 1 or 2% owning it. But if you ask how they are earning it, so they are earning from every cell that is being made on particular devices, all devices I can say. So this is how they are earning by licensing their patents. So they have 5,000 plus patents, and they have almost licensed all these patents to almost all big manufacturers. So this is where people are intending to go, and we want to be the catalyst to take all the companies to that level.
Yeah, and I really did not know about Nokia story. You know, we always, I mean, I am somebody who loved Nokia phone. I think we started off, when we started off using mobile, Nokia. Yeah, and every time now when we see Nokia launching new phones, but they're not as swankier or good looking as the phones that we have in our hands today. We always wonder that it's a company that really gave us the first mobile phone, and what are they doing? I did not know that they are actually still in the business, and they are providers to a lot of telecom manufacturing vendors. So this was really insightful. In the next 5 to 10 years, how do you see the IP strategy changing for the new companies that are coming up or the new innovations that are happening?
So yes, IP strategy from compliance to valuation, from compliance to value creation. This is where I see the difference will gradually start happening. The people are now seeing it as a compliance part, that you did an innovation, file a patent, that's it. Now they will look at it as a value proposition, investment, and they will try to earn money from it. This is what naturally companies will progress to.
Very nice. So what's next for Brainiac?
Yes, there are a lot of things that are coming up and in the pipeline actually. So we are already working on a software which can enable companies to monitor their entire IP portfolio using a single person, which will reduce their dependency and requirement of human resources to monitor this. So it will give them auto alerts. Even we are trying to build up a tool where they can minimize the cost on paying maintenance fees. So this is additional service that we are coming up with. From new geography specific, we are looking at North America, EMEA and Asian countries. So in near future, you may see a lot of offices coming up out of India.
Yeah, and India is now looking at global, and global is now looking at India. So those days when we used to say, local to global, today we are seeing the shift happening from global to local. So what you said really fits into that, that internationally market should start looking at Indian market, and Indian entrepreneurs, Indian innovators need to evolve. So sometimes we look at some common mistakes that innovators make, especially when it comes to patenting, and many times they may not have the funds or the capital also, but they are building something innovative, they believe in it, they have done the R&D that, there is probably no one who's done something like that, and they're working towards it. Now when capital is a constraint, what is it that they must do?
See, the most common mistake that innovators do is they start with innovation, they build a product which is strong, they think so, and then they go for IP. So if they start with IP first and market research first, then they would be more equipped to know what all competition they are going to face. Is their product really innovative? Is there real demand for it or not? Or are they inventing something which they are only fantasizing that it will grow and which will be sold extensively? So understanding this real picture is very important. So patents can give this realistic view on what is happening on ground. Little market research also will give you an understanding what actually is happening, what customers are liking, what they are buying. If it is B2B, what industries are going next, coming next in the industry. So if they do this and then go with the innovation, they will save a lot of time, I can say. And then they have to decide, this is the competition that they are going to face, are they still in for it? and then they can start innovating. If they already have done patent study, then they will definitely use that study to educate themselves and come up with something different instead of reinventing unknowingly. So if they are doing, if they are changing this, definitely they would be in a better position to build a good innovative product. And if they are able to, what I can say, build an IP profile which can give them 100% monopoly, I think so they can sit and just license their patents without doing marketing or anything else.
Yeah. Right. Uh, One leadership principle or mantra that you live by.
Lead by example, that is a principle I live by. Educating yourself continuously, upgrading yourself continuously with the upcoming tech, knowledge, expertise. So that is what is needed, and you have to always be ahead in comparison to all the people you are heading, because they need guidance, they need direction, and you should know something about every field. That is what is important, I can say. And if you are unaware of something, maybe that will be a block where you will be dependent on a person, maybe expecting that he will deliver, but it's little difficult. So jack of all is one thing that is needed for an entrepreneur, I can say, and and a master of one. One is required. That's what I would like to put in straight, I can say.
That's a very strong principle you're talking about. Now tell me, how do you handle stress, setbacks, or uncertainty?
Beautiful question, because these are the part of an entrepreneur's life. Every day there is a failure, every day there is a success, and every day a portion of a day goes in a stress, because when you are working with an entire team, and specifically for a small company where there is a limited resources, challenges are day to day's part of what I can say, activities. So keeping yourself little cool whenever possible, taking a breaks is very important. That's what I can say. Taking a break from that environment and looking at the company from a third person's view is very important. When you are in the mess, you cannot get out the company out of mess. So looking the company from a third person's point of view, understanding an overall picture of what is happening, so then you would be in a better position to understand whether it is a real reason to be stressed, or there are solutions which you can implement to get out of that particular stress.
Yeah.
So that's what I can say.
Okay. Now looking back, is there anything that you think you would have done differently?
So one thing that I would have done differently, that's what I think now, is I would have taken an experience in an MNC just for the name of package, increase the credibility of my profile, uh, not an expertise, I can say it very specifically, credibility, not expertise. And I would have worked more on sales and marketing side. That's what I say I would have done differently in my earlier days of career, would have helped me today to scale up faster.
And looking at your journey with all this conversation that we have had, I'm sure the numbers are going to go up in terms of employment as well as in terms of revenue. So I see a big future happening for Brainiac. So,
Thank you for that.
so beyond business, what impact do you personally and Brainiac, your organization, want to leave on the India innovation ecosystem?
We want to be catalyst in making or strengthening Indian companies to innovate and hire global talent, and be a source where we can not only create ideas, but we can provide job opportunities, innovation and high-tech products globally. That's what I see Brainiac to help being a catalyst for this activity.
Very nice, and I'm sure you're going to do it. India youth is evolving too as times are becoming good. A lot of innovation has started happening at a very young age now. They're getting exposed to a lot of innovation, a lot of entrepreneur culture is also starting off right from colleges. In fact, some schools have also started initiating that in senior classes. The mindset of the youth is changing. So is there a message from your end, that your years of experience, is there a message for these young innovators, the next generation, on how to look at life moving forward?
So one thing I would just like to advise to all people who want to be an entrepreneur is it's a hard journey, but a very beautiful journey, I can say, because here you are the master of your own success. Also, it means that you are also master of your own failures, right? And what you need to do correctly is you should have ethics in place, and the more good network you are having, the more growth you can get. So network is the strength. That is what I can say. And from day one, try to build a good network, good credibility you keep. Definitely one day you will definitely succeed. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Suneet. It was a great conversation. Thank you for being part of Creative Bharat today. And I wish Brainiac a huge success and be the catalyst, the drivers of creating the next generation of innovators, not only in India but globally as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you. And hopefully this brings some change in the ecosystem, innovation ecosystem. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.